Shares of the Russian state energy company Gazprom on the Moscow exchange fell by a third at once when Russia launched a massive missile attack on Ukrainian cities on October 10. To prevent market price manipulation, the Moscow exchange had to introduce a special trading mode, a discrete auction, which in fact replaces the termination of trading. And this is just one of the episodes that demonstrates that Gazprom is gradually heading towards bankruptcy.
Приблизно з червня.
From about June 2022, I personally began to notice signals that Gazprom had practically no funds in its accounts to pay its obligations.
Already in July 2022, Gazprom postponed paying dividends on its shares. In September, there was a second attempt to pay back the shareholders. It was also unsuccessful. According to energy expert Maxim Belyavsky, this indicates a large shortage of funds. This directly affects the liquidity of shares and their value.
Gazprom, even in terms of internal obligations, in terms of obligations to a Russian investor, is also in fact bankrupt, and this trend will only get worse.
In June 2022, Gazprom significantly reduced the volume of supplies to Europe via the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline, citing maintenance difficulties, and from September 2, gas pumping was stopped, allegedly due to technical problems. In addition, a number of countries have themselves stopped the use of Russian gas. Due to supply restrictions against the backdrop of Western sanctions, Gazprom's unsold resource has to be simply burned in large volumes.
Russia is forced to burn the gas that the EU countries refuse to supply because it cannot find buyers anywhere else. Miguel Berger, ambassador of Germany to the United Kingdom, in the commentary to BBC.
Rystad Energy analysts estimate that Gazprom burns more than 4 million cubic meters of gas every day, which is about $10 million a day.
My hypothesis is that Putin has spent too much time convincing the whole world that gas is a unique lever of pressure on Europe and the whole world, that Russia is a source of irreplaceable energy, and psychologists say that the source of propaganda often falls under its own influence. I think Putin has convinced himself of this, and now a moment of insight is coming for him. The reality is different. No one in Europe will die without gas. Yes, this is a matter of comfort, a matter of economy, but death will not come without Russian gas. And by frightening himself with all this for so long, he has done himself a disservice. Andrei Kobolev, chairman of the board of Naftogaz of Ukraine, 2014-2021. In the program Road to Freedom on the Espresso TV channel.
Two Nord Stream pipelines, which cost Gazprom 20 billion euros, have been destroyed at the bottom of the Baltic, so Russia lost the largest and newest gas pipeline to Europe. They were not able to start pumping gas through one of them, since Germany did not certify one line, and the Kremlin independently blocked the other during another attempt at its gas blackmail.
It is impossible to call other than economic terrorism Russia's action in relation to the European Union over the past year and a half. Therefore, the bankruptcy of Gazprom is the key to the economic failure of fascist Russia.
According to the expert, by his actions over the past 8 months, Putin launched an irreversible process of destroying Gazprom, which will be followed by the complete collapse of the Russian economy. Reported by Serhiy Kulyas, Natalia Husak, UATV News.